Hi guys, for those of you who are new to my channel, this channel was created to be that aunt, that sis, that bestie, that friend, that confidant that can pour into you and give you advice, a shoulder, whatever it is that you need, that I know I needed growing up that I didn't have. So I'm willing to be that for anyone who's willing to receive me. Without further ado, let's get into the video. So today we are going to be talking about things that I've learned coming up to 29, because I just had a birthday. I am officially 29 years of age. Oh my gosh. This is my last year in my 20s. And so before I get into those 30s, I want to just kind of look back over my 20s, reflect, and talk about the things that I've learned. So I decided to write some things down to kind of keep me on track, but I'm also just going to say whatever comes to mind. So I would say one of the first things that I've learned in my 20s is, oh Lord, don't waste your time trying to impress people. Just don't do it. We are in this generation and age where everybody is online and we have social media, and you can get so caught up living in the social media world that you forget about the real world. And I was that. I was that person. I was that girl. My Instagram was going up, 20K followers, 2,000 likes, really caring about that stuff. Who commented, who watched my video, how many views did it get, posting things just for views, posting things just for likes, just for comments, waking up and literally planning my day around what outfit I'm gonna wear just so I can go take pictures, right? While that may be okay if you're a content creator and this is just something that you do as a hobby or for fun, that's one thing. But I feel like most of our generation in today's age is we're doing it because you want to feel accepted, or you want to feel like you belong, or you want to be admired, or whatever the case may be. You're doing it because you want to be a part. You want to be a part of society, of culture, of what's going on. And those likes and those comments and those views releases some type of dopamine or serotonin. It gets you going, and it could become dangerous to the point where you kind of are looking for that every time. You're no longer posting things just because this is your life and you want to show people your life. You're now creating your life around what you post, if that makes sense. And that's flip-flopped, right? Social media is supposed to be kind of a way for people to get a peek into your world, a sneak peek into what's going on. But it's become this thing where people take their highlights and just post it. Or again, people will create whole scenarios. People will go rent cars. People will go rent, I don't know, outfits and people to be around just to create this facade. And it's very dangerous. Very dangerous. So don't waste your time in your 20s trying to impress people. And that's just one way. It could also be, throughout school, you're trying to dress a certain way or look a certain way, or with a boy, you're trying to do the most for him. You're showing out in front of him. You're wearing clothes that make you feel uncomfortable, or that show a little more skin than you would like to show because he said so. Don't get me started on getting body work done or surgery done because this guy told you will look better with the BBL, or whatever the case may be. Listen, you will regret it in your 30s, okay? And I'm not even in my 30s yet, but you will regret it as you get older. So just don't waste your time in your 20s caring about what somebody else thinks or trying to impress people. It's a waste of time. The only person you need to impress is you. The only person who needs to be happy when you look in the mirror is you. Second thing I've learned is give out way more no's than yeses. Yeses are so special. Yeses are near and dear to your heart, and they need to come from your heart. Don't say yes just because you feel pressured. Don't say yes just because you don't want to rock the boat or make somebody upset. Stand in your no. You're going to gain way more respect. You're going to gain the type of friends that you need. You're going to gain the type of community that you need. You're going to gain the type of mindset that you need from just saying no more often. Rest in your no. It's okay to say no. Say no when you feel like it, even if it's something small. If you told somebody you was going out and all of a sudden your body is telling you, you know what, We just not feeling it. We want to be in the bed tonight. We want to get some popcorn or some snacks and we want to watch Netflix. Cancel. Say no. It is okay. It is okay. Life will continue to go on. Say no. Give out way more no's than yeses. The third thing is your life is literally in your hands. Manifestation is real. Manifestation is real. Watch what you think, because your thoughts become your words. Watch what you say, because your words become your actions. Watch what you do, because your actions become your habit. Watch your habits, because your habits become your character, right? Watch your character, because your character becomes your destiny. When I tell you, you are really in control of your life, you can be whatever you want to be. You can create whatever you want to create. It's all on the other side of that fear. It's all on the other side of those naysayers. It's all on the other side of that doubt. It's all on the other side of the woe is me. It's all on the other side of the victim mentality. It's all on the other side of people bringing you down and you letting it get into your subconscious mind. It's all on the other side of that. If you can clear out those blockages, spend more time meditating. Meditate for at least 5 to 10 minutes a day. Just to get rid of, because when we go out into this world, you're bombarded with information and ideas and thoughts from other people about who they say you are and how they say you should be and what they say you should do and how they say you should think. Come home and decompress and get rid of all of that. Come back to truth, to who you are. Ask yourself, what's your next move? What do you want to do? What's going to fulfill you? And then make a decision. Because manifestation is real. You can literally create the life of your dreams. You can literally create your heart's desires. It's right there. It's right there. Just think about this huge cosmos. Think about outer space. Think about the galaxies, the billions of galaxies out there. Just think about that abundance. You can create from that. If all of that exists, you don't think God could give you the house of your dreams? You don't think God could give you the car of your dreams, the man of your dreams, the woman of your dreams, the job, the career of your dreams, the fashion of your dreams, the whatever it is? If he can create billions of galaxies and all of these stars and all of these planets and all of these, what makes you think your little wants is so grand? Get over yourself. You can create the life that you want. Is not as big as you think. Next, there is no such thing as failure. Literally, there's no such thing as failure, only lessons. Everything that happened in my life that I thought was a setback or a failure, I'm able to look back on now and say, thank God. Thank God that happened. Even if I cried, right? Even if it felt like the worst season of my life, it created something in me. It created character, right? Pressure creates diamonds. If you're constantly always trying to avoid pressure, if you're constantly always trying to avoid pain, whether that's numbing it or overworking or being distracted or whatever it is, you're stunning your own growth. You're stopping yourself from healing. You're stopping yourself from reaching your full capacity. Don't run away from that pain. Embrace it. Sit in it. Ask, what is this trying to teach me? And I promise you, you'll get an answer. The next thing that I've learned is relationships are healing. Relationships are healing. Let yourself be loved. I don't know who else struggles with this or deal with this, but I, for a long time, struggled with just letting myself be loved, man. I would always be scared that, like, the shoe was about to drop or something bad was going to happen. And so I would just subconsciously do something to stop it before it got too far. And some of this may be, because in the past I did give myself freely and openly and vulnerably, and I got stung. And so now, to protect myself, I don't give myself as openly or as freely or as vulnerably. And while you should have discernment when you go into relationships, they're just so damn healing. Even if it doesn't work out, they're mirrors of yourself. You can only attract what you are. And so let that in, because whether this person becomes your spouse and you're forever, or they just become somebody who came into your life to teach you some things about yourself. Either way, it's a win, right? A win is a win. So allow that person to come into your life to experience that season of love and joy and those memories and whatever it is that you guys create. Allow that to happen and allow that to be beautiful, but also allow yourself to let go. Allow yourself to understand that seasons change. One minute the trees are full of leaves and it's beautiful, and the next they're bare, and that's okay. It's all a part of the process. Another thing, and this is a big one that I've learned in my 20s, your childhood trauma is your responsibility. No one else's. And I know it's unfair, and I know it's unfortunate, but we do serve a just God, and he will make sure that he turn that into purpose if you let him. But your childhood trauma is your responsibility. Don't waste time playing a victim. Don't waste time saying, woe is me. Don't waste time worrying about why did this happen, or it shouldn't have happened to me, or I wish it didn't happen to me. This is somebody else's fault. This is my mom's fault because she did this. This is my dad's fault because he did that. This is my sister's fault because this is my brother's fault. That may be true. That may be true. You may have experienced neglect. You may have experienced abandonment. You may have experienced a lack of resources or the things that you deserved as a child. But guess what? It is now your responsibility to give it to yourself. And if you don't, that child that experienced that trauma will disrupt the adult who's trying to live in abundance. I'm going to say it again. That child who experienced that trauma, that child is scared. That child is fearful. And so as you're trying to walk into this new life, this new abundance, these new rooms, that child is going to mess it up. Out of their fear, that child is going to have guards up. That child is going to be shut down. That child is going to say things when they shouldn't say it. That child is going to be a child. And so it is your responsibility to love on that child, to ease that fear, to let them know that it's okay, to let them know, no, it was not your fault. It was not your fault, baby. But I am here to heal with you. And we're going to heal together. We're going to do this together, because for the next level that God is taking us, we can't be broken. We can't allow those people from our past to even have that much power, to where now here we are 10, 20 years later, and they're still controlling what we do. They're still controlling our subconscious mind. They're still in our head. The thoughts, the things that they said to us is still running rampant for free, rent free in our mind. Absolutely not. If they're going to be running around in your mind, you need to at least charge them a fee. You need to at least charge them some rent. The next big thing I've learned in my 20s is invest in yourself. Invest in yourself. It's probably the number one thing that you can do if you want to even be attractive. Not just to yourself, but to other people. I mean, as what's the word, superficial as it sounds, people like people who like themselves. And so the best reflection of someone liking themselves, because it's one thing to love yourself, right? But it's another thing when you actually like yourself. Most people who like themselves invest in themselves. I don't know anybody who like themselves that don't invest in themselves. That's investing in your education. That's investing in your health. What foods are you eating? How often do you work out? Are you drinking enough water? What people are you surrounding yourself with? Is it low vibrational? Are these people helping you grow? If you're the smartest one in your circle, it's time for a new circle. If you're the richest one in your circle, it's time for a new circle. If you're the most disciplined one in your circle, it's time for a new circle. Invest in yourself in every way possible. Are you reading your Bible? Are you in that word? Are you putting yourself out there to be loved, to go on dates, to experience romanticism? Are you pampering yourself? Are you keeping yourself up? Do you look good? Do you wake up every day and take care of yourself? Are you reading? Are you reading books? Are you self-educating, or are you only depending on the professor or the pastor to educate you? Invest in yourself. It's the number one thing that no one can take away from you, and it's going to make you way more attractive. When I tell you, you're going to have people coming out the woodworks. You're going to have guys coming from everywhere, because it's like they can smell it. They can smell a woman that invests in themselves. They could smell a woman that loves themselves. They could smell a woman that likes herself. Invest in yourself. And then I'll end it on this. The last thing that I've really, really learned in my 20s is that a relationship with God is so important. It's so important. My pastor always says, your spiritual foundation is not the only thing that's important in your life, but it's the most important thing because it affects everything else. So if you don't have a relationship with God, man, you're kind of just wandering. You're kind of trying to figure it out on your own, and that's just too hard. We weren't put here to do that. We weren't put here to carry all that weight. We weren't put here to make all the decisions on our own. We weren't put here. It's too hard and it's too stressful. Give it to a being that's much greater, that's much wiser, that's much higher. That being can protect you from things that would have affected you 10 years down the line that you didn't even know. That person that you're meeting that you think that you really, really love. Ooh, child, don't get me started. Because I just found out yesterday, God protected me from someone who I thought I really, really but I was really interested in. And I wanted this person in my life. When I tell you I was doing a whole lot, not jumping through hoops, but like jumping through hoops. Like when they call, I'm putting on the cute voice, you know how it goes. I'm making sure I look good if they're trying to FaceTime. If they want to go out, I'm making myself available. I really felt like I needed or wanted this person in my life. And I seen their like true self the other day. And as women, we know who a person is. Like the red flags was always there. I just thought it was Six Flags. But even God was protecting me from that because for whatever reason, I haven't been able to really see this person. Or every time we've tried to see each other or connect or hang out, something would always happen. And I'm just always like, God, why won't you let it? Like, why won't you just let it? Why won't you? Yesterday, I understood why God won't just let it. And this is why a relationship with him is just so, so, so important. Like, I love that, man. I love God so much. Like, don't get me started. The way that he shows up, the way that he brings ideas to me and comfort and peace and harmony. I walk through my house with such peace and gratitude and grace, and it's all because of that man above. I'm able to step into rooms with confidence, and it's all because of that man above. I'm able to be myself authentically and not care what nobody else thinks, and it's all because of that man above. I don't care what nobody else has told you. If you don't do anything else, make sure that you are right with God. A relationship with God is so important, and it can propel you to the highest of heights, to levels of yourself, to a version of yourself that you didn't even know you could be. So I'm going to end it on that note. I hope that all the ladies in their 20s or even guys in their 20s or even teens were able to take a couple of nuggets from this, a couple of ahas from this, just things that I've learned as I've went through this journey called life. And I'm excited to continue those next years when I hop into that next decade. But for right now, I'm going to enjoy saying I'm in my 20s for at least another year. Thank you all for watching. I love you all. Ashe.